Y'all might remember Ken Bone. Back in 2016, he was an undecided voter. He couldn't make up his mind in the contest between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Well, you're not going to be surprised that this time he is also similarly uncommitted. He said to Newsweek, quote, "To be perfectly honest, I'd say I'm uncommitted again." This is, of course, after supporting Andrew Yang in the Democratic primary. So that's interesting. He said this: very, very few people in either of these election cycles were truly undecided. They're uncommitted, which means you don't really have a positive opinion of either candidate. Well, look, I don't have a positive opinion of either candidate either. But this election, this is between a wannabe fascist and a corporatist. Look, the options are terrible, but that doesn't mean there's not a clear choice in this. I know who I'm voting for. I know who I'm voting against. All right. But apparently, Ken Bone, not sure. But again, what do you expect from the guy who got famous for being uncommitted? That was, of course, until his Reddit profile and some statements he had made before about Trayvon Martin, for example, got him in a little bit of trouble. But again, I guess now that Donald Trump has normalized being a shitty person, here comes Ken Bone. Back in the news. All right. So now he said on Trump, by the way, that he was surprised to see Donald Trump win. He described Trump's time in office so far as, quote, hit and miss with a lot more misses than hits. What exactly did he do right? I mean, there might be one or two things that he attempted to do. I mean, I think the one thing that I can give him credit for is, and it really wasn't him, it was more Kushner than anything, is a little bit of criminal justice reform, a slight bit, and a couple of pardons that were all right. That's about it. Anything else? No. He also gives Trump a lot more credit in saying what Trump really is a master at his manipulating people via the media. It's crazy how he gets us all to pay attention to what's in his right hand while he's doing his sleight of hand with the other. Okay, let's give one thing straight. Donald Trump is not a master of anything. What he is he is the human equivalent of a Gish Gallop. And alongside with being the dumbest man in America, that's about all he's got going for him. And that's it. Imagine believing that Donald Trump is a master of anything. And I love how there are a certain subset of people, media included, it gives him way too much credit, right? They think, oh, okay, Donald Trump, grand strategy. He's playing, three-dimensional chess here against the Democrats. When really, okay, the Democrats, Nancy Pelosi's over here playing checkers. Donald Trump's flipped over the board, the chessboard, and shit on it. It's not really equivalent. Okay, it's just not. Nonetheless, I get that in his words, quote, Trump and Biden both suck and don't deserve my support. This was back in September. Why should I declare my allegiance to a candidate who doesn't give a shit about me 2 months before the election? Look, man, I get it. I understand. You're right. Both candidates really couldn't give a shit less about us. I understand that. But voting for somebody doesn't necessarily mean you're declaring your allegiance to that candidate. No, it just means you're giving them a vote, and then you're going to, I would assume, since you give them their vote, you're going to try to hold them accountable in some fashion after the election. You would think. Maybe not everybody looks at that. Maybe. But that said, one of them is actively trying to destroy at least half of the country to own the libs. There is a difference here. You can't honestly look at what's been going on here and think, oh, no, they would do things the exact same. Really? Really? I understand that they're both more conservative than I would like. I am much more progressive than Joe Biden. I am way to the left of him and even further to the left of Donald Trump. But understand, and you would, okay, if you go back and you watch this show during the primary, or if you had watched, you would know how incredibly tough I was on Joe Biden. Okay, I'm Bernie Sanders. I'm a Bernie Sanders Democrat. I believe that Bernie Sanders should have been the nominee. I did not want Joe Biden. But I was wrong about something. I called this 2016 redux. I was wrong about that. I mean, I don't think that it's the same as 2016 at all. Because what it was, and I guess it took a while for me to really kind of, to filter through my brain, okay? That back then, you had an election between the establishment and radical change. And that's why, of course, Bernie Sanders had a great shot at winning the nomination and winning the presidency. And look, if he were running as the Democratic nominee, he would crush Donald Trump, just like pretty much anybody would at this point, because they gave Donald Trump a chance at radical change. And now that's not the kind of change that people wanted. Look at it this way. You know, the neutral, lawful good, all that stuff, that whole chart. Well, Donald Trump would be chaotic evil. Bernie Sanders, chaotic good. Bernie Sanders just wanted to change things for the better, to actually help regular people, to challenge that system of greed, and to challenge the establishment so that we can get things like Medicare for all, Green New Deal, higher wages, and, treat healthcare as it's a human right. Donald Trump, chaotic evil, just wanted to fuck things up just to fuck things up. Okay? And of course, to help to do things that basically would only help himself and his family. Now, it sucked that we were denied a chance to get Bernie Sanders to push us forward. Not once, but twice we got screwed over. And I totally understand that. And I understand that you are, a lot of people are very, very angry and find it still really difficult to be able to vote for Joe Biden. Totally understand that. That said, I would rather have a Biden presidency that taps the brake on societal collapse than a Trump presidency which will continue to push the gas forward. We have got some serious issues to take care of. Again, climate change. Look, Biden's not going to go super progressive on that. I understand that. But he's also going to bring it back a little bit. Bring down emissions a little bit, which will buy us some time. But again, it is what it is. At least we'll have a little bit more time to try to do what needs to be done. And again, at least we won't have to worry about the president's basically actively killing people for his own ego. Again, coronavirus, over 209,000 people needlessly dead for coronavirus. Many, many of those, thousands of those, tens of thousands, I would say, were, preventable. But Donald Trump wanted to look strong, and that was it. Biden, at least I believe that Biden would not do that. His administration would be at least competent, even if Joe Biden, not necessarily the most competent or well-spoken person, sticks his foot in his mouth, needlessly trashes the left when he's not supposed to, even though he depends on our votes. Come on, Joe. Come on, man. Get it together. Just because you're doing well in the polls right now, you still got to actually reach out to the left. That said, one more quote from Bone, this time about the recent debate. And I actually agree with him a little bit on this. I think we kind of both got what we expected. I expected Trump to be an idiot. Of course. In a way, he said, we almost got what we deserved because we've all played our part in raising the temperature of political discourse. It leads to a couple of people who are probably older than your grandparents yelling at each other and telling each other to shut up and talking over each other like drunk relatives at Thanksgiving. It was insanity. Look, I agree with some of that, but I got to take issue with the fact that you're trying to make it a both sides thing. It's not both sides that we're doing this. Again, I'm not a Biden fan. No, what this was, Donald Trump's fucking unhinged. And it pisses me off when people try to do a both sides on this issue. That's both of their fault. No, it's not. Yes, Biden says dumb things. Biden is not good at getting criticism. He can't handle it very well. But the whole debate basically consisted of Donald Trump being an utter fuckstick and Biden getting pissed off because he didn't know what to do about it. I mean, look, let me ask you. Wouldn't you get pissed off if you had to deal with Donald Trump's garbage? No, Ken Bone, shut the fuck up. All right? One American to the other, shut the fuck up. We know you're doing this for attention. Fine, you got it. Congratulations. All right? And you're probably going to vote for Donald Trump. You know, because in reality, if you're still undecided at this point, you haven't been impacted by what Donald Trump's been doing. I see leftists, by the way, who used to be never Biden. I see them saying now, since Donald Trump has threatened the fundamentals of this country, saying, look, I used to be never Biden, but dude, I can't just sit by and let this guy win again. He's got to go. He's got to go. I know, because I used to be one of those people as well. And now I'm seeing it all over. I mean, again, congratulations to the establishment. You have finally found a candidate that is so bad to run against that your, hey, we're not as bad as this guy thing actually worked. Well, enjoy your victory, right, when you get Joe Biden into office. But understand that in 2024 and beyond, we're coming for you. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.